What's poppin', DuminOut gang? We are back at it with another reaction. We are back at it with another banger. Y'all see by the title what we got today. We got Who is Twice, a dive into the living legends, the 2024. I looked up if there was a 2025 version first, but I couldn't find one, so I just went with the 2024. And yeah, a lot of y'all were wanting me to check this out. Now, we already did a guide to them. The main reason y'all wanted me to check this out was for this part right here. Now, we're not going to skip to it, obviously. We'll still watch the first 15 minutes where they're introducing everybody. But after the 15-minute mark, we get to the notable turning points in the achievements throughout their whole careers. And that's really what y'all were wanting me to see, because the guide I reacted to didn't talk nothing about that. They just talked about solo members for 53 minutes, actually. So that's interesting, but yeah. So we're going to check this one out, get to see the turning points, get to see the achievements, what they've been through. I see they got future projects, they got Twice projects, they got discography, they got the plans for Twice. They got all this good stuff we're going to check out. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe and like button. I actually thought the music video was dropping now, y'all, because it's currently 12 o'clock p.m. where I'm at. I thought the music video was about to drop, but actually it drops in another 12 hours. But I'm gonna let y'all know now, I'm not gonna be able to react to it as soon as it drops. I thought I was gonna be able to, because I thought it was dropping now, but I'm gonna be at my other job, my real job, whenever that drops. So y'all are gonna have to wait till tomorrow for that. But don't worry, tomorrow we'll definitely. What I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna go ahead and react to the single, the music video, just to give y'all something to watch. I'm gonna drop that while I'm probably recording the actual album reaction. And then whenever they drop solos, we'll react to that. I don't think solos are dropping on the same day, but I could be wrong, so I don't know. But anyway, let's get straight into this. We got Who is Twice, a dive into the living legends. Let's get into it. And I'm not going to do as much pausing until we get to that part, I'm going to be honest. Like, for the first 15 minutes, y'all, I probably, unless there's something super interesting about a solo member that I see that I didn't know, I most likely ain't going to be, doing a lot of pausing until we get to the achievements.
Twice is a 9-member girl group, and they were formed by the K-pop company JYP.
Facts.
Now, JYP is a powerhouse company in K-pop,
Facts.
being one of the first formed in 1997 and contributing to the formation of K-pop as a whole. It's home to many famous groups, but their girl groups have always been extraordinarily successful, such as Wonder Girls, Miss A, ITZY, NiziU, and now their latest girl group, NMIXX. Standing tall above these, however, is their...
I ain't gonna count, they got a lot of popular girl groups, actually. I didn't know Girls' Generation was from here. Wow.
JYP Entertainment was struggling in 2015, being at an all-time low monetarily and attention-wise after the disbandment of their then most successful groups, leaving a huge hole to fill. They decided to form a survival show,
16 with JYP,
a bit like American Idol or X Factor, to find their next big group, whereby 16 girls were voted off over time until 7 were left. Some of the challenges included photo shoots, dancing, singing,
ain't there supposed to be 9?
Personality-related challenges, and public engagement.
Konnichiwa, 16
It was a harsh survival show and caused upset many a time throughout the series with insulting comments and surprise eliminations.
Bro, they said, Jiho, you look fat.
Now, I previously mentioned that 7 girls were left when Twice is currently a girl group of 9. This is because 2 girls who got eliminated during the show were brought back for the final, which we will discuss soon when talking about the members.
Nah, we gotta know that now.
I want to quickly touch on some information that you might find interesting. Twice are the highest selling K-pop girl group ever, selling 15 million album copies between Japan and Korea alone, as well as being the fastest K-pop group to surpass 1, 2, 3 and 4 billion streams on Spotify. Twice having 3, which actually revived the Hallyu wave or popularity of Korean culture in Japan, as well as relieving political and public tension.
They do have that. Oh my god, the
showcasing
subunit.
Twice's importance as a top group in K-pop.
I low-key forgot about their
history.
Subunit.
Now,
Mimosa,
let me introduce you to all 9 members. Nayeon is the oldest in Twice. She sums up the group as a whole with her youthfulness, vocals,
low-key, I kind of want to know how old she is now.
And public appeal. She starts and ends most of Twice's songs, sings a lot of the high notes, sings a lot of their choruses and also writes numerous songs for the group. She's the face of the group and the one the public usually think of first upon hearing Twice's name. Nayeon is known for her virality. Everything she uses or does
how's he saying her name?
Is his name. Nayeon is known for her virality.
I've been saying that right.
Or does goes viral in an instant. Nayeon has the biggest tendency out of all the members to spoil every single project or album the group have upcoming, and she loves it. She will tease her fans months before an announcement even comes out. Also, at the time of this video, she's the only member to have her solo debut with Pop and self-titled album in Nayeon.
Oh, this was made in 2023. I'm about to say, wait, in 2024, she already had her second album out.
Jonghyun is a motherly figure in Twice. She has
low key, just because they don't give Nayeon's age, I'm actually curious how old she is. Because she's not even 30. Oh, wow. See, that's what I was wondering, because I was like, oh, she's the oldest. She must be in her 30s since the group is so old. But she's not even in her 30s yet.
Relationships with all of the members, caring for them.
So they must have debuted at a super young age, because if they debuted in 2015, was it, he said? 2015? And it's 2025 now, and she's 29. That means she was 19 in 2015. So, damn, that means everybody else was under 18 at the time.
Cleaning up for them, cooking for them, and it's definitely one of the factors in keeping. Do not be fooled though, because once a challenge heads her way, she will not be afraid to knock anyone down in her sight. Her vocal ability is one of the best in Twice and is up there in K-pop,
Jonghyun is
being
crazy.
Incredibly rich, stable, and distinct.
I feel like she's an underrated member.
She has a huge heart, volunteering a lot of her time to various dog and animal shelters to help out in
W.
During Twice's early days, she was most identifiable by her tomboy look, which was chosen for her by the company. Although in recent times,
facts, I remember that tomboy look, bro. That's how I do pick her apart. Well, I mean, not now, because now I know her face and name, obviously. But back in the day, when I didn't know her name, that's how I would pick her apart.
She gained control of her image and individuality, and started to reverse it in a way that she wanted to. And she looks amazing either way. Unfortunately.
Wait, so the label made her do the tomboy look, and she didn't want to do it? That's crazy.
Jonghyun also went on hiatus, or break, in October of 2020 to focus on her mental health and neck injury that lasted 3 months. Then not long after, entered her second hiatus, which lasted most of the last half of 2021. Jonghyun cared for her fans and Twice so much so that during both hiatuses, she still gathered up the courage to participate in numerous music videos, although not performing. She was the second member to do this, and is now happily and healthily back participating with the girls.
Let's go.
Momo is a member who was not originally in Twice's lineup and was added at the end. She was brought back as the staff unanimously decided she was the most hardworking and committed to the show and did not deserve to be voted off prior. She is one of the 3 Japanese members in Twice.
You know what I'm curious about? Her and the other person who didn't get voted on, who they voted off, and then they ended up saying, you know what, let's put you back on here. I wonder how they felt about it. Were they just so happy that they didn't really care that they got voted off? Or was there sort of like a grudge that they got voted off?
Twice. Although I don't think Japanese is a strong suit anymore.
かなみさんちょっとサコってるちょっと
No.
すいませんこんなんだっけ白鳥が巻いてるようなで待ってるように
Though something not to laugh at is her dancing skills. She's the main dancer of Twice, and when I say main, I mean main. She can do multiple types of dance after training since she was just 3 years old. She's highly respected among all dance instructors and idols for her talent, and is always battling for the top spots whenever a dance discussion is brought about. Her stage presence is incredible, and she always gives the most.
She damn sure known as one of the best dancers.
And be careful when she performs Hello, because you will pass out. Momo's traits don't stop.
I remember that song with her, Chaeyoung, and Nayeon. Oh my, I gotta re-listen to that.
In every situation, she is always hilariously 10 steps behind. Sana is the second Japanese member in Twice along with Momo. Now Sana is a girl of duality. She can go from cute to sexy in a matter of seconds, and it is not good for my heart. She is also the most affectionate member, making sure to stress everyone else out when she gets close. Sana also sings a lot of the choruses in Twice's songs, most
I think this dude is Santa biased.
likely due to her capture most lines she sings into viral moments. Sana is probably the biggest extrovert in Twice and will not hesitate to make friends with anyone she sees. She probably has the most idol friends outside of Twice, and she is constantly full of energy. When her and Gio pair up together, whoever is in the vicinity better start running because they will bombard with pure energy.
What, her and Gio?
Gio is the voice of Twice. Her vocal ability is outstanding and is without a doubt the best in Twice.
So Jiho's the voice, Nayeon's the face.
Her vocal ability is outstanding and is without a doubt the best in Twice.
Low-key, why do I feel like this isn't even the audio from this video? I feel like they're playing the actual song right here when they should have played when they actually should have played the audio for the video. Like you can tell that sound is not like, even though that is her singing and obviously she sung in the studio, you can tell that's not actually her singing right now. Like it feels like that's an audio from the actual song and the video is from the behind the scenes recording.
There is never a moment of flaw when she's singing live, and that truly demands a lot of respect. Her dancing is nothing to ignore either, being up there as one of the best dancers in Twice.
Facts.
If Momo gives her all, then Gio gives just as much. And when them two are on stage...
Low-key, I was thinking that though when I was reacting to their solos, her and Nayeon's solo performances yesterday, I was like, damn, low-key, she's an amazing dancer, especially on that Crown cover they just
together
showed.
Alone, the power is
she's
unmatched.
killing that.
She has also composed 2 tracks for Twice and has numerous solo OSTs for popular K-dramas. Gio was also unanimously voted as the leader by all the girls of Twice. She knows them inside and out and knows how to deal with every type of situation a member or the group faces. She is the glue. This is most likely due to her long training period of 10 years prior to becoming an idol, which perfectly set her up to become the leader of a worldwide sensation today. She is without a doubt the most competitive member of the group, and when her, Nayeon and Jonghyun go against each other in any type of challenge, a war has started. Mina is the third Japanese member along with Sana and Momo. Although opposing
see Santa, Momo, and Mina, they're in the Mimosa.
She's definitely the most introverted idol in Twice and most definitely within K-pop. She finds comfort in gaming, being alone off camera.
Dang, she be on Minecraft?
Most definitely within K-pop. She finds comfort in gaming, being alone off camera, but also has an immense love for her members and never fails to do any daytime activities or hobbies with them. Don't be fooled though, because she is not camera shy at all. Mina also embodies elegance in her singing, talking and dancing.
I want you to know that I'm never living, 'cause I miss the snow till I feel we're freezing. Yeah, you are my home for a season, so come on, let's go.
And the dancing side is most definitely due to the fact she trained as a ballerina for 11 years before joining Twice.
What?
And I would kill to see more of it implemented into Twice's dances or a solo project. Another thing not to be fooled about is Mina's duality, because just like Sana, she could switch up at any moment, especially when she enters American soil. Now unfortunately, Mina
low-key, every idol changes when they come to America.
Was the first member of Twice to go on a hiatus, starting at the end of 2019 and lasting a year due to severe anxiety, having to miss out on their Twice Lights world tour. This news was massive, as hiatuses and mental health in K-pop has always been overlooked. But coming from a group as big as Twice completely changed the game, and other companies later followed suit when similar occurred with their artists. It marks a new movement in the K-pop world. Mina also gathered the courage to appear in Twice's comeback at the time, but did not perform either. She's also back and better than ever with the girls.
Facts.
Dayeon is the funniest idol in existence. No one could put a show on more than her.
Facts. Dayeon is super funny, bro. I tell you, she always be smiling, boy.
Dayeon is the funniest idol in existence.
Always be cheesing.
No one could put a show on more than her. Can they dance like this? Sing like this?
Wait, what's she trying to sound so rough
her.
for?
Can they dance like this? Sing like this? Move like this? I
Wait,
don't think
what
so.
the fuck?
Although, whilst being incredibly goofy, Diane can switch
I
the
say she gotta break her damn back doing that right there. Lord.
serious in a matter of seconds, which is a top quality. She has also written the most amount of songs out of
Wow. 21, 29 I've heard. Queen, is that Queen card you want? No, that's not that. TikTok, I've heard that one. Okay. When We Were Kids, oh my god, I remember that one. That
all
one
the
was
Twice
fire. When We Were Kids is probably the best song I've heard that she's written so far.
members. Dahyun plays the piano exceptionally well, and one
It's
of
crazy how she's written the most song out of all the members, but hasn't even gotten a solo. That's actually
her
insane.
favourite pastimes is to upload covers for Once's, Twice's fans.
We gotta check out some of her covers, y'all. That's next, y'all. She's the next one we're getting into.
Either to their YouTube channel or a private chat service. Dahyun also is noticeably the rapper of Twice, but has a beautiful voice and can
She
exchange
does.
roles as well as she can her demeanour. Similar to Nayeon, Dahyun loves to inform us about upcoming comebacks, but in the most unconventional way possible. If she changes her hair colour, you know a song is coming.
Wait, if she
Chaeyoung-
changes her hair color, you know what's... Oh. She means if she changes her hair color, that means a new song's about to
Without
drop.
a doubt, the ace in Twice. She raps.
Let's go! Oh my god, thank god somebody else said it, bruh. Because I be saying this all the time. Chaeyoung is actually the ace, bruh. Like, she's really the ace of the group, bruh. Oh my... He's the first other person I've heard actually say that.
Chaeyoung is without a doubt
But now, watch that I said that, and that I said that he said it. Watch everybody say it now, because that literally happened on the Twice Coaster album, y'all. I literally said that. None of y'all have ever mentioned Twice Coaster album to me. The moment I react to it and I say that's my favorite album, like, so many people was like, damn, you're right. That actually is their best album. Like, bro, they were like, oh my god, I never thought about it, but now after like watching you say it, that is the greatest album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro.
the ace in Twice.
Now everybody gonna be like, oh my god, she is an ace. You're right, she is an ace.
She raps, sings, and dances each incredibly well. In
She
Twice's
does.
early days, she was focused mostly on rapping.
But now she can mix it up. I've noticed that low key. I've noticed that. Because y'all know I've done reacted to their first 3 albums, and I've reacted to a couple of their newer albums. I have noticed that how in a lot of the older albums she was doing nothing but rapping. And then in Formula of Love, and then between 1 and 2, she was doing a lot of rapping and singing. I did notice that.
With hardly any time to showcase her vocal talent, as well as being shy about it. But in recent years, JYP has let her show this off after finding success in the first time she sung a title track whilst covering for Mina during her hiatus.
But I'm forever flying by you.
How the fuck do you hear that voice and don't think she can sing, bruh? Like, JYP is so stupid, bruh. These labels really be dumb as hell, low-key.
Since then, she has not looked back and continues to sing in most of Twice's songs now. Chaeyoung is also the free bird of Twice and has a very cool and calm personality. She writes poetry, she paints, she does pottery, she composes, she sometimes dresses the members.
I like the tattoos, bro.
And she's the only member to have tattoos, and numerous of them.
Facts.
This cool and calm personality rubs off on the members a lot, who rely on her when wanting to chill out or take a break. She's a breath of fresh air. Chewy is the youngest
Chewy.
member in Twice.
Damn, we flying through
Also
these.
Taiwanese and speaks Chinese as her first language, completing the 4 of the 4 foreign members. All of Twice are insanely beautiful, but Chewy is the visual. She captivates anyone who walks in her.
So she's the visual. Chaeyoung's the ace. Jiho is the voice. Nayeon is the face. Okay.
aura. She was the second member who was not in the original lineup and added at the end like Momo. Chewie was added due
What?
to popular demand of the audience and due to JYP himself saying that she improved the most throughout the show, which has reigned true
Okay.
still to this day as she continues to reach new heights artistically every day.
So Chewie and Momo wasn't supposed to be in Twice, but then they got back in Twice. Okay.
If you look back at 16 to now, you can see an immense jump in maturity, talent, and individualism, something that truly
Low-key, I hate when people say that, bro. Cause I mean, not hate, but it's like obviously she's improved since earlier days. Like every member's
the
improved.
shine now. Chewie also
Oh,
captivates
no.
during her dancing with a charming stage presence and great fluidity after training in dance from a young age as well. She is also known as the Angel in
That song was
Korea,
fire,
and not
Feels.
just for her selfless personality
Ooh,
and
what is
respect towards
love?
every living being,
What is love?
but
is
due to
fire,
her
too.
charity work like Jonghyun. Chewie also volunteers at numerous dog shelters and donated over $40,000
I like
US
that.
dollars equivalent worth of aid and respirators to Korea and China.
W, her, and who was the other one? Jonghyun. Yup, it was her that does at the animal shelters.
During COVID. Chewie also never fails to make Twice laugh, whether it be on purpose or by accident. She also speaks 4 languages, 2 fluently, Chinese and Korean,
首先非常感谢
Is this supposed to be Chinese right here?
特别这么喜欢我们的舞蹈，还有也非常支持我们，感谢
and 2 well enough to hold a conversation, English and Japanese.
To challenge ourselves and break
If you can have a conversation with somebody in English and Japanese, you can speak English and Japanese. Like, I don't understand that, bro. People be like, yeah, I'm not fluent in English, but I understand what you're saying, and like we can sit here and talk for like an hour or 2 in English. It's like, bro, you know English, and just shut up, bro. You know English.
more barriers on words. We want to express our gratitude towards everyone who stands by our side in this journey, especially our fans once.
Is she the only one that
truly
can
has-
actually talk in English though? Like I feel like Nayeon, she can talk in English. Gio gotta be able to talk in English.
Too many great qualities for one idol. JYP had big plans years ahead of Twice's debut, and many still undermine the extent of the company's planning. JYP wanted their concept to be healthy in reference to the mind, body, and beauty, which still reigns true to this day, with a heavy focus on colour pop and electro pop covering a lot of their discography, especially in the early days, often resulting in them being lumped into nothing more than cute and bubbly. But that is
Yup.
not the limit of Twice's musicality.
I mean, obviously not, but that's what they were though. I mean, that's what they were at the beginning though. They had that cute poppy vibe, and then they did a more mature vibe later
Into
on.
nothing more than cute and bubbly. But that is not the limit of Twice's musicality. This whole concept of healthiness links to the sole meaning of Twice's name, to be charmed twice, once by beauty and a second by catchy music, which again Twice has not faltered in upholding even 7 years into their career with hit after hit. And on a
Facts.
personal note, I truly believe that JYP planned for Twice to be a group that grows with their audience, as if you listen to their songs in order, you can almost see 3 stages of a story: dreaming/thinking about love, being in love, and remembering problems of their experienced love.
Ooh.
JYP has always been known
But
for
low
creating-
key, I've kind of noticed that too. Especially with the older songs. Y'all know older songs, I've done spoke on that. I ain't gonna even speak on that. But with the problems with love, I've low key noticed that as well. How with their newer songs, they're still sort of talking about love, but it's just from a different point of view.
experienced love.
I have noticed that.
JYP has always been known for creating idols with golden personalities, as it is one of the core qualities they look for in their trainees. And even focusing on recent times, this may be a factor as to why Twice is as successful as they are, as their love for their fans, music, and each other is objectively one of the strongest I have seen. This has
Facts.
created an incredibly tight-knit circle, whereby once Twice's fanbase and Twice themselves can comfortably communicate with each other on a level that is close to a friendship, near enough unseen by a lot of idols in the industry. Twice
Wait,
work
what?
with a friendship, near enough unseen by a lot of idols in the industry. Twice rely on once, and once rely on Twice.
I mean, but at the same time, like I see Le Seraphim talking to Fear Nots every day. Like I'm trying to think of another group. Like TXT be talking to their fans all the time. BTS. I don't know. A lot of groups be talking to their fans 24/7 for real though.
And both sides truly understand this. Also, from here on out, it may be more of an information overload for newer ones, so please bear with me.
Let's get it.
As I stated before, Twice
Okay, now we're about to get to the part.
core concepts as a group is health. However, this has not stopped them or limited them from exploring new sounds, new genres, and new styles, unlike many
And new
seem to think.
themes.
Across 7 years, we've seen
They've definitely done new themes. Not every song is a love song.
title tracks never sound the same, even with some tackling the same type of concept, which is a
I've
major
noticed
feat in
that.
itself, having songs for all types of people to enjoy. Some title track genres include bossa nova, future house, EDM, bubblegum pop, retro synthwave, and many more types of genres that are usually mixed together. Now, if we talk about their B-sides and their variations, we would be here for what seems like an eternity. But it's
Facts.
almost like Twice has nearly covered every genre there is to do. Let's have a quick look. Rock, contemporary R&B, Latin pop, city pop, hip hop, waltz, trap, jazz, and many
Trap? What trap song they did, y'all? Let me know in the
pop,
comments.
city pop, hip
What trap
hop,
song they
waltz,
did?
trap, jazz, and many, many more again. This results in a very rich listening experience for onces across their albums, as Twice
Facts.
love attempting different genres within albums, and not just focus
No, I have noticed that they do different genres, but I've never heard a trap song by them. That's crazy. Y'all, please link me the trap songs
on
down
one
below.
type. You never know what to expect next time they come back, and this
Low key, I'll take the hip hop songs too, y'all. If y'all want to leave some hip hop songs, I'll take those
is
as
one of
well
their
too.
best quality.
Do a little video at the hip hop trap songs.
Across their 173 Korean song journey, not including Japanese
Gosh,
songs,
no.
English songs, covers.
But
and
I did
OST.
notice these are like the most hardworking K-pop group, though. I have noticed that.
Speaking of which, I think it's very important to highlight Twice's material that isn't necessarily official, as this also shows their talents and versatility in a variety of ways. But we'll talk about that later in the video.
Why does he bring up so many stuff just to say,
Now, where
we'll
did it
talk
all
about it
start?
later? It's like, bro,
Twice
just wait till
debuted
later
on the
to mention
20th of
it, man.
October 2015 with Like
Yup.
Ooh Ah and mini album The Story Begins.
Yup, we
In the
reacted to
first
that.
week, Like Ooh Ah did worse than the company had hoped for, mostly being overlooked by the general public at first. But then a week
I mean, but they're a new group. What? I mean, it's okay.
later, after hype had gathered, it began to steadily pick up and gain attention.
Let's go.
Not enough for a huge success story, but just enough attention on Twice for the life-changing events that
I
were
mean,
coming.
like I said, bro, it's their first album. If it didn't do as good as you hope, it's okay. It's your first album. Like the next one's gonna do better.
In the
for
following
sure.
year, 2016. April 2016, Cheer Up. The song
Yup.
every K-pop fan knows. The song every Korean member of the public knows. Their first comeback. Cheer Up was a national sensation. It was the talk of the country. The catchy melody, the easy dance, and most importantly, Shy 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 went viral, and I'm saying everyone was doing it. This song alone threw Twice into the role of Korea's national girl group.
Wait.
Was doing it. This
Oh, I forgot though. Like I was about to say, damn, School Side Squad is
song
this
alone threw
old?
Twice into the role of Korea's national girl group, previously owned by Girls' Generation, the top girl group of the last generation. This was huge for Twice, an unprecedented amount of success, attention, and love, and it only got better.
Facts.
In comes their second comeback in October, TT. 2016 was really
Ooh.
Twice's defining year.
It
There was pressure, there was doubt, but they blew it all out.
Nah, TT is insane. I didn't know that this album dropped only a couple months later though, because we reacted to this too. Because this is the one that I was saying was my favorite album.
October.
So April,
TT.
May, June,
26
May, June, July, September. Wait, May, June, July, August, September, October. So that was 6 months later. Okay.
16 was really.
And this was my
Twice's
favorite
defining year.
album, the Twice
There was
Coaster
pressure,
one.
there
This
was
is
doubt,
my favorite album.
but they
by
blew
them.
it all out of the water and further surpassed everyone's expectations yet
But in
again.
fact, they was
For
too
6
funny
years,
in this
it reigned as
video.
the most viewed music video of any JYP act ever at 690 million views, being dethroned in 2022 by one of Twice's own songs, What Is Love, their 7th comeback.
What is love?
TT was not only the talk of Korea, but now across the pond in Japan. Everyone was doing the pose. Daeun's catchy. It was the success of Cheer Up all over. It was so popular in Japan, in fact, that in June of 2017, Twice released their first full-length Japanese version ever with TT, along with a newly shot music video, a new stepping stone for their Japanese YouTube channel that was soon about to take off as well.
Yeah.
To this day, it is still their 3rd most viewed music video on the Japanese channel. This truly cemented
I
their
did see that though when I was looking at their Japanese
success
releases.
and pushed them straight to one of the top groups leading their generation, having only
They
been
are.
1 year. From then on out,
I mean, it's really just them and Blackpink in that generation. Like, who else from that generation? Like Mamamoo, maybe. I mean, it's definitely just
every
them and
single song
Blackpink.
Twice put out
It's just
was
Twice
a
and
hit,
Blackpink for sure.
seller after seller, and showed absolutely no sign of stopping. They were the first ever girl group to win Song of the Year at the
Low key, what I think about Twice is like, I think they're the best group or the second best group. Like, me personally, I don't care which one you put them as. Like, as long as you put them as either the best or the second best, I personally don't care. But I feel like it's them and Blackpink in my opinion. Now I know like Girls' Generation is good, but I personally like Blackpink and Twice more than Girls' Generation. And I'm trying to think, is there another girl group? I don't know. But them 3 are definitely the top 3 in girl groups. So.
Asian Music Awards 3 times in a row, 2016 for Cheer Up, 2017 for Signal, and
That's a fire
2018
one.
for What Is Love,
Oh,
with
3
the only other
bangers.
group doing so being BTS the following years. They are also the only girl group to win Girl Group of the Year 4 times at Mama, being 2016, 2018, 2019 and 2021, and further being the K-pop girl group with the most awarded Daesangs ever, 18, placing them 3rd overall. Daesangs
Wait,
being
who's number 1
one
and
of
2?
K-pop's highest and most
You
respected
gotta say
awards.
that, bro.
So what are the notable turning points and achievements of Twice?
Let's see.
They had their Japanese debut in 2017 with One More Time, debuting at #1 on the
I
Japanese
ain't lie,
pop
we're definitely learning a lot more about their journey, because I didn't know the thing about Momo and Chu. I didn't know that part. I didn't know that they're the most awarded like group of the year, like girl group of the year 4 times. Well, I mean, really any of their achievements. I ain't about to list all their achievements because I didn't know any of them, but y'all know what I'm saying.
100 right at release. I think that would soon become nothing more than standard for Twice's Japanese releases.
She looked just
In
like
20
Jiho looked just like
that would
Eugene
soon
in this clip.
become nothing more than standard for
She looked just like Eugene right
Twice's
here.
Japanese releases. In 2017, they also
Nike.
released their first full album titled Twicestagram, the same name as their Instagram page. The title track would be Likey, and this is one of their best songs and albums
Nah, Likey is fire.
to date.
Now he's saying this is one of their best albums. It must just be my followers, bro, because I kid you not, y'all. None of y'all have ever mentioned this album to me a single time until I reacted to it and said it was my favorite. And then it's all of my viewers' favorites. Like, what was that thing I was talking about earlier in this video? Because I was like, it's going to be the same thing with that. I don't even remember it, but he said the same thing. Oh yeah, Chaeyoung being the ace, bro. I've never heard anybody tell me in my comments Chaeyoung's the ace until I said it in the last video, and then I had a bunch of people like, she is the ace. And he said this is one of their best albums after I said it. But I say this is my favorite album. Y'all gotta get a different one. Y'all gotta get y'all a
It
different
really
one.
sums up Twice and their earlier style.
It does.
Likey touched on the hardships of social media and societal pressures while upholding Twice's catchy, upbeat song style, but still conveyed the upsetting message really well. It's one of my all-time
I remember
favorites.
the lyrics now.
One of their tracks on the album, Rolling, recently gained traction again during Twice's 4th world tour because you'll see.
Okay.
Every song on this album deserves that attention, and if you want a look into Twice's earlier discography, this album would be a good start. Twice also hit it big in Japan with Candy Pop,
Ooh,
their
Candy
first
Pop was
Japanese
fire.
comeback in January 2018.
That was fire. I remember this one.
It's a pure
Candy,
cute
Candy
concept,
Pop.
with the music video partly in anime that fits nicely with the Japanese idol aesthetics. It clearly appealed to the Japanese and non-Japanese public, as it is the most viewed Japanese song by a K-pop girl group at 163 million views. This
I ain't gonna lie, that's low-key surprisingly low. The most viewed Japanese song, 163 million views. That's low-key kind of low, if I'm being honest, y'all. I know he said for just girl groups, but still, like, I would have thought Twice, I would have thought Blackpink. Who else is someone popular in Japan? I don't know. Honestly, now that I'm saying it, it's not that surprising. Because I really can't think off the top of my head a girl group that's super popular in Japan. Because I was thinking, like, you gotta have at least one song. There gotta be at least one song that's, like, at 300, 400, 500 million. But, dang, 183 million on the highest pop, on the most viewed is crazy.
truly kickstart their Japanese
That's
career.
low-key kind of low, if I'm being honest.
Twice has an insane...
Well, lower than I thought. Let me just say it like that, because I don't want to sound like I'm trying to be disrespectful or nothing. But I honestly would have thought more, if I'm being honest, though.
would truly kickstart their Japanese career.
Facts.
Twice has an insane Japanese discography.
That breakthrough is
and if
crazy.
you eliminate their Korean discography, you would be able to witness their growth and style from the Japanese side alone, arguably even be more diverse.
Facts. Their Japanese releases are more diverse, I will
They
say
never
that.
fail to treat Japan and Japanese fans as their own, writing and composing songs for Japan,
I gotta get into
promoting
that.
on TV
I gotta get
shows
into that
and award shows,
subunit.
and
The Japanese
putting the same amount
subunit,
of
I gotta
quality
get into
into
that.
everything they do there as they would in Korea. It's truly outstanding to be able to live a double life like they do.
I guess.
2018 would be a very up and down year for Twice.
Yes or
And
no?
not in terms of their music
yes
or
or yes.
achievements.
I've
As
heard
the
this
new
one.
hottest girl group who were known to release hits quickly and
What is
consistently, especially more than other idol groups, this system Twice was following
Facts.
would
They do release more music than any other group.
soon
bro.
take a toll on their health
I
as a
will
group.
say that.
Twice would release 5 mini-albums across the year, spanning 29 new songs, with one being a Japanese album.
It's crazy how in 1 year they dropped 29 songs, and we have some groups that have been around as long as them without even 29 songs. Like, that's insane.
Onces were beginning to question, is this too much for Twice to handle?
It
Which
low-key
also
is.
seemed to be the same question Twice themselves were raising.
They low-key do gotta
The
take a
Mama
break.
Award will come around at the end of the year. I just want to leave this speech that Gio made here, so you can truly understand how they were feeling. And she was not wrong about coming back better. Twice has
Facts.
only just got started. I mentioned that Twice
Facts.
is
2017? That's what I'm saying. We're still at 2017. They haven't even, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they
a
ain't
group
even.
that grows with their audience,
They ain't even got
and that
started
they are
for
often
real.
limited to Q. Now this was most notably opposed in 2019, with their releases of Fancy and Feel Special.
Okay.
Fancy was a K-pop sensation. It embodies K-pop. Everyone was singing it.
Oh, that's this song. I was about to say, wait, I've heard Fancy, but what is Fancy? But that's that Fancy. I remember this now. Fancy.
Everyone was dancing to it, and everyone was tuned in. It was different conceptually and lyrically from their previous releases, being more mature and seductive.
So I'm about to say, so 2019 is when they took the more mature concept? Okay.
With the album, Fancy You, also embodying this newfound maturity in all its songs. Especially in Strawberry, that Chaeyoung wrote, which was basically about hickeys. It is the most viewed song in the first 24 hours for Twice, at 42 million. And it's fair to say it opened a new way for them.
Wait, that song got Strawberry got 42 million views, and it's the most viewed song within 24 hours of Twice. So does that have a music
into the
video?
American market.
I'm
It
wondering.
was without a doubt one of Twice's best.
It was big in the American market. Of course, a song about hickeys would be super big in America. Of course, am I right, y'all? If about hickeys, about sex, it's gonna be big in
songs,
America.
and the world was realizing this.
That's all America
2019
is.
was almost a copy of 2016 for Twice. Two Korean songs that would become a staple of their career and a year of great success.
Okay.
This second song being Feel Special.
You make me feel special.
Ooh, this was a banger. This was a banger. I remember this one.
Now, Feel Special is one of the most important songs for Twice and Once alike. The song was written by JYP himself for and about Twice and their struggles of idol life. It was their first comeback during Mina's hiatus. Both the members and the fans were unsure if Mina would participate in this comeback, as many idols who go on hiatus seem not to do. Then Mina's teaser dropped. As a fan, there was no way to describe the feeling and happiness and reassurance from seeing her after many months of radio silence. Participating in the music video for fans, even though she was enjoying
Fact,
one
seeing Mina is always a
of the
W.
roughest times of her life. Everyone was entirely grateful, and the song lived up to the hype. An amazing but sentimental dance pop track and album to go with it, featuring a song written by all the members called 2129 to thank and show gratitude for Once for being by their side all this time. It was truly one of their most heartfelt and best eras.
I remember that
Now,
one.
after 2019, Twice never abandoned their catchy, poppy, youthful type of music, and I hope they never do. But many of their B-sides, music videos, and lyrics did begin to change to show different aspects of Twice.
Facts.
Cry for
I
Me
mean,
is
but
the
they're getting older now. Like I said in another reaction, like they're not in their 30s yet. It's not like they old, but like they in their late 20s. Like, you know, they
furthest
gonna
from Twice's
mature.
core concept that we have ever gotten. So let's explore this a little.
Wait, hold
Core
up.
concept that we have ever got Twice. Cry for Me is the furthest from Twice's core concept that we have ever gotten.
Okay.
So let's explore this a little.
Cry for me. I remember this. Name I know.
Dropped randomly during their Mama 2020 performance to unexpected fans and viewers. It was a revolution.
It just dropped randomly in the middle of them doing a performance.
Song that was a
Imagine that, bro. You're literally at a Twice show watching them perform, and you get a notification on your phone. It's YouTube. Twice music video. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god.
originally going to be scrapped by the company, and a song that may never have been released after Mama if it wasn't for the immense attention and success it gathered. It's a song that explores the concept of heartbreak and annoyance
Yup, I
at the
remember
romantic interest for not showing any type of emotion during a breakup. Twice truly conveys this in their emotive choreography for this song. It was well received in Korea, however, it was definitely bigger outside, resulting in Twice having their first US show appearance on the Kelly Clarkson show. Although
Ooh.
it still doesn't have a music video, so please hurry up with that, JYP. This was yet again another turning point for them, and now
Okay.
every time
So they
came
didn't even perform in America till 2019. That's
back,
crazy.
they would have at least one American TV show or YouTube channel per comeback, whether it be Ellen, Stephen Colbert, or Good Morning America. Twice had been increasing their Western
But low key, I kind of like how they're just keeping it as one. Because sometimes I'll see it where some groups will try so hard to please the American fans. And it's like, bruh, you're a K-pop group. You're not an American group. Like, it's cool you want the American fans to like you, but you shouldn't be more worried about the American fans over the Korean fans or Japanese fans. Like, that's where you get your money at. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's where your bread and butter is. Is the Japanese, is in Japan and Korea, bro. Like, some groups, bro, will try so hard to be American groups. It just be like, I don't know, because me personally, I don't like it, because if I want you to be an American group, like, I'm gonna go watch American artists. Like, I like K-pop artists because they're completely different than American artists. Like, I don't want K-pop groups trying to be like American artists. Like, that's not it for me personally.
Attention since Fancy, but it was only getting bigger and quicker from here.
And I know y'all know what groups I'm talking about too, that be trying so hard to be American, bro.
Twice's comebacks would continue to grow in success in the West, as in July of 2020, they would come back with More and More with album of the same name. This would be their first US Billboard 200 chart appearance.
And see, they didn't even release a English single until The Feels, which was what, 2022?
At number 200, selling 6,000
Oh,
copies.
so it barely made it, but 200 is still amazing though. Even though that's last, 200 is still amazing.
The song was originally going to Zara Larsson, who even
For a
recorded a
K-pop
demo,
group,
but I'm glad
good.
Twice got their hands on it, as it's an incredible dance track with an amazing instrumental.
More. Now, More and More we just reacted to, I believe. That one was a banger.
Their second comeback of that year would be their second full album, Eyes Wide Open, featuring the title track and retro synthwave style.
And see, this is the one y'all want me to check out. This album, Eyes Wide Open, a lot of y'all are telling me I need to check out this album. But y'all, I'm trying to check them out in order.
Eyes Wide Open, featuring the title track and retro synthwave styled.
Oh, I remember Nayeon did kill this performance.
Arguably one of Twice's top 3 title tracks to date. According to me, anyway.
Jiho killed that one too, for sure.
It would peak at number 72.
Oh my god, this is the one where y'all were saying she came straight out of the Captain America movie.
And sell 14,000 copies. A significant increase from just a few months
prior. Who was that, Mina or Momo? It was one of them two that had on the...
2021, Alcohol Free, and album titled Taste of Love peaked at number 6 on the Billboard 200, entering the top 10 for the first time ever, and selling 46,000 copies. This was an unprecedented jump of number of sales and place on the chart since their last 2 comebacks.
Yeah, 200 to 6 is bro, that's more than a crazy jump. That's like an all-time
And it's
jump.
only been less than a year. Twice even made an appearance on The Ellen Show, performing Alcohol Free for a US audience.
If y'all didn't see that reacted, we did the reaction to the best Twice live performances. That was a part of it. If you haven't seen it,
it's their second most acclaimed album at 77.
And if you've already watched it, go check it out again.
For a US audience. It's their second most acclaimed album at 77 on Metacritic, and their first appearance on the site. Metacritic being a site that collates album reviews of critics like NME, Sputnik, and Beats Per Minute. This would all be a big lead up to their long-awaited
So what's their number 1?
US debut, The Feels.
Yup. You have stolen my heart.
It was a hit. It perfectly embodied Twice and did not stray from their core concept to fit the Western views at all, and it proved successful. It will be their first appearance on the US Hot 100 at
number 83 on the 100. Ooh.
It was their second highest Spotify debut behind their most recent comeback in 2022, and went 38 on the Japanese 100, along with so many more firsts and milestones for the group. The Feels would be featured on their third full album that came after, known as Formula of Love, featuring the title track Scientist.
Scientist is a banger, bro. I love Scientist.
Known as Formula of Love, featuring the title track Scientist.
Ain't no license,
This is Twice's most critically acclaimed album, and has
Oh,
a score
word.
on Metacritic of 88.
So this is ranked as their best album? Okay.
Being the second most acclaimed album behind TXT's Freeze at 89. For a long
Wait, TXT's album Freeze is rated as the best K-pop album? Oh my god, I gotta check this album out. Yo, where my TXT fans at?
period after the release of Formula of Love, it remained K-pop's most acclaimed album with a score of 91. But this recently dropped due to more reviews being added over time. Formula of Love was also a major success. And
So really, you can make an argument Formula of Love or either TXT's album Freeze. Those are the best two K-pop albums. Okay, both of those.
It was Twice's most diverse piece of work today. It also features for the first time ever unit songs by the members.
It does.
Being 3 songs of 3 members. Push and Pull by Sana, Jio and Dahyun.
And y'all, just to let y'all know, because I want to run this idea by y'all, because if y'all remember my reaction to this album, I checked out all 3 songs, obviously, but I did the lyric video. Do y'all remember how all 3 of them have a live performance video? If y'all want me to check out the live performance for all 3 videos of these 3 subunits, let me know. Low-key, I don't even care if y'all say yeah or no. I'm going to check them out, actually.
Hello by Nayeon,
Especially
Taeyong and Momo.
this one. I gotta check this one out right here. Hello.
Hello by Nayeon, Taeyong and Momo.
I want to watch this performance.
And 132 by Jonghyun, Suri and Mina.
We gotta check this one out too. Like I said, y'all, we're about to watch all 3 of these performances, okay? Because y'all know we did lyric videos because subtitles are wrong.
Each showcasing a completely different side of Twice,
Facts.
with Hello being the most opposite to Twice's original colour, being hip-hop and trap. This was also the first time we had any official songs that didn't involve all 9 members. It was also the spearhead album for their 4th world tour that came not long after, whereby Twice was so successful in the US at this point that they added the Bank of California Stadium as an encore to the tour due to the high ticket demand, and then adding a second day of the encore due to tickets selling in minutes, averaging around 50,000 people in the queue. And being
But you know what's crazy though? Every Le Sserafim concert in America sold out within 48 hours. Like,
K-pop girl group to
it's
tour
crazy
at
for
a
real.
US stadium.
They were the first K-pop girl group to tour in an American stadium. That's interesting. That was before Blackpink. Wow.
At the time of this video, 9 is the first and only member of Twice to debut solo. She
Yup.
debuted with a self-titled album, Im Nayeon, or I'm Nayeon, with the title track
Why would you say M Nayeon? Like, is that how you say it in Korea?
Pop.
Because I want to make it pop, 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 pop.
Nayeon seemingly worked on this for around 6 months or so, whilst pumping out a multitude of other songs for Twice and doing a tour. It was a big moment for them, as Twice had stated many a times that they had no intention of going solo. Twice was so collected as a group, in fact, that they didn't have solo accounts until a month before Nayeon's solo. So they went at least 6 years with a group Instagram account.
That's interesting. No, that's crazy.
Before Nayeon's solo.
They didn't have Instagram solo accounts until when? Because it was during Nayeon's solo. Hold on, I'm about to look this up. When did that album actually drop? Why would Pop start playing? 2022. They didn't have solo. I mean, they didn't have their Instagram till 2022, despite being famous in 2015. That's crazy.
So they went at least 6 years with a group Instagram account.
That's actually crazy.
This shows that 2022 was truly a year that Twice was beginning to explore their individuality, which the company had been hesitant to do for a long time, as it had backfired in the past. Coming out during a time where K-pop was focusing on retro synths and Y2K trends, 9 seemed to take it back a few years, bringing back the infectious bubblegum pop of 2017 and 2018. It was a bigger success than what the company and non-fans were expecting it to be.
Honestly, pop is way better than sneakers and girls. I think girls is my least favorite title track by aespa, and I don't really remember ITZY, to be honest.
Resulting in
Sneakers.
Nayeon being the most streamed female K-pop artist of 2022, winning Best Female Artist at Mama 2022.
Oh, that's
gaining a
amazing.
78 on Metacritic, being the first and only female K-pop soloist to do so, and many, many other record-breaking achievements.
But I feel like that's different now in 2025. Not trying to start no drama, but I feel like all the other members of Twice rated well and stuff. Rosé's album and Jennie's album from Blackpink, their new solo albums, there's no way them albums didn't rate well. Everybody loved Rosé and Jennie's album. I'm trying to think, who else had a solo album recently that went crazy on the girls? I don't know. Maybe like a Mamamoo or something. Maybe somebody Mamamoo. I don't know.
August 2022 would then introduce Talk That Talk.
Tell me what you want, tell me what you need. Take a little smile, 난 네 말이 되줬는데.
I remember this one.
An album titled Between 1 and 2. This was their first
Between
comeback
1 and 2. Let's go. Bro, that was a banger album right there. That one was a banger. That's actually my second favorite album behind the
to
Twice
their
Coaster
contract
one.
renewal, being a sentimental moment for Onces and Twices alike, as not many groups, girl groups especially, make it past the 7-year mark, even the most successful ones.
Okay.
It was recently found out that the girls didn't know each other had renewed until the day Onces found out, making it all the more wholesome. So whilst morale was high, they dropped their 11th mini-album.
But see, me, I would have been like, yeah, there's no way they're breaking up. Like, me back then, even if a lot of groups didn't make it past the 7-year mark, I would have been like, with how popular Twice has been, with the fact that Nayeon just dropped her solo, I would have been like, yeah, there's no way this group is breaking up.
Is definitely one of my top 3 title tracks of Twice boasting a Y2K aesthetic. It is one of their most successful albums, being number 3 on Billboard 200, selling 100,000 units in the US within their first week.
100K in the US first week is crazy, considering some US artists don't even do that.
16 times higher than their first ever entry 2 years ago.
But see, I try to tell people, and that right there is going to prove it. American artists have fallen off. Like, American artists are really not popular no more. Like, I remember being back in high school when rap music was so popular. Like, rap music is honestly not popular at all no more. Like, I really do believe K-pop is the biggest genre in the world now. I feel like there was a period like 2015 to like 2018 when like American rap was probably the biggest genre in the world. But it's definitely K-pop now.
It was
And that proves it, because 100K first week is crazy, y'all. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, the only American rapper to beat that is this year. And like, it's not the same year, but 3 years is not much difference. Like, in terms of how sales are counted and stuff. The only rapper to sell more than that this year in 2025 has been Playboi Carti first week. And Playboi Carti is shit, honestly. So I don't even know how he sold that much first week. But like, even Lil Baby didn't sell that much.
also their first.
Even Drake, his album with that collab album with Party Next Door didn't sell that
time
much
reaching
first
1
week.
million pre-orders.
That's crazy.
And due to the success of Between 1 and 2, by the end of the year, they were the best-selling and most streamed girl group on Spotify that year, showcasing their immense Western growth. Now we come to their most recent comebacks at the time of this video, an English single named Moonlight Sunrise, which would land at number 84 on the Hot 100.
I gotta hear this.
I don't know how to say this. I'll just
Songs on your playlist? I've heard
This
this.
feeling so hard to
I've heard this.
explain. I don't even know how to talk right now. It's I need your clock right now.
This I Need You a Clock. It
Hear me
is.
say, sunrise, baby, come be my sunlight.
It would also earn them the Billboard Women in Music Award, named Breakthrough Artist.
She's making noise right now. Did you see a mouse? No, she's that excited for Twice. Yes. My,
Twice, let's go.
love it.
where they would attend the award ceremony in America and perform Moonlight Sunrise in the presence of artists like Rosalia, SZA, and Lana Del Rey.
And
Moonlight
Sabrina
Sunrise will be
Carpenter?
included in Twice's
How are you not gonna mention Sabrina Carpenter?
SZA
Low key,
and Lana Del Rey.
Coi Leray is crazy. Coi Leray is crazy works. I know good and damn well that none of them girls give a damn about no Coi Leray. I don't care what nobody says. Them girls ain't give a shit about Coi Leray. Coi Leray is crazy.
Moonlight Sunrise will be included in Twice's small lineup of R&B songs, and it
Coi Leray and big artists is crazy work. I don't care what nobody says. Coi Leray and big artists is
clearly did
crazy
them
work.
well. Their follow-up album to this is titled Ready to Be, with the main track being Set Me Free.
I don't think I've heard this one. I don't think I heard this one.
This would be their most successful.
Was this the one where Jonghyun was, what's it called? The spy or something, and they had to break into the house to get that thing. Remember? Was that with this video?
Surpassing 1.7 million pre-orders, a major increase from their last album only a matter of months ago.
What?
As well as numerous streaming and charting records for Twice. It was a statement to their continuous growth.
Okay.
This would also be the spearhead album for their 5th world tour, which is currently taking place, where they will cross some of Asia, Australia, North America, and thankfully Europe for the first time. I'm still hoping they do more Asian dates and South American dates as well.
South America definitely needs more love by these K-pop groups, because I have a lot of South American fans, obviously with me being from America, but what's it called? All y'all talk about, all my South American viewers, all y'all talk about how no K-pop group comes to y'all, bro. Like, they definitely need, and even low-key, even my UK audience as well. A lot of my UK audience be talking about that as well. How a lot of groups don't be coming over there as much.
Tour, seeing Twice as the first girl group ever to perform and sell out at SoFi Stadium and MetLife Stadium, both with a capacity of 50,000.
Yeah, I know. Gosh,
it also has 1 million attendees across a relatively small amount of stops, so a lot of us are hoping for more countries with increased venue size. Lastly, the J line of Twice, Mina, Sana and Momo, known as Misa Mo, have just debuted on the 25th of July with their album Masterpiece, being Twice's first official subunit. Do Not Touch, the title track, was released on July 14th, a week prior to the album.
I remember this song. Ooh. This that Don't Touch. You can't touch me. We need to definitely check out this subunit.
It's a very mature concept tackling the issues of consent, further showing an aspect of Twice's growth. The J-Line are some of the most famous people in Japan, so attention is incredibly high and they will sure deliver during its promotional weeks. At the time of recording, Misa Mo have just smashed Twice's iTunes record, being Twice's second song to go #1 on the worldwide iTunes albums chart, charting top 3 in the US, UK and France, and going #1 in 20 other countries. The J-Line also had a hand in the making of the album, each writing a song for it, choosing the concept, clothes, and covering all other creative aspects, enhancing their artistry.
So they got to pick their clothes and the concepts they wanted to follow? Okay,
we discussed some of Twice's comebacks over the past years, but what are some of the projects they're involved in? First, let's talk collaborations. Nayeon, Chaeyoung, Jihyo and Sana collaborated with League of Legends in a song called I'll Show You,
with League of
featuring
Legends?
Becca Boom and Anika Wells.
God dog, there's like 50 people on this song. We definitely gotta check it out though, for sure. Nah, that's a crazy
Nayeon
lineup.
also collaborated with Felix from Stray Kids on No Problem.
That was fire.
Ain't no problem for love tonight. Come and ride with me, we can dance tonight, yeah.
As well as Korean rapper Wonstein in
I
Love
love this
Countdown.
song. And she actually wrote this song, y'all, for those who don't know that.
Wait. 우리 서로 맘을 확인하기 전.
Y'all already know that I love her solo, bro. Her solo album made me love her, bro. Because I was already a fan of her. Obviously, I'm a fan of every Twice member. But she wasn't one of the ones who, you know what I'm saying, who like I focused in on.
On her
But now I be
self-titled
focusing
solo
on
album. Twice also collaborated with Lux, a
Yup.
Japanese hair product brand, to create
Okay.
probably one of the best Japanese songs of all time,
What?
Just Be Yourself.
I ain't never heard that. We definitely gotta check that out.
On to covers. Twice covered Jackson 5's Want You Back, even coming out with a music video and a Spotify release.
Ooh.
They've also done many covers in
No,
their
we gotta
melody
check that out. They got a Twice playlist. That's clutch. That's clutch.
project series, whereby a member chooses a song they want to cover and uploads it to their YouTube channel. Some come with a music video and some don't. Some examples being Chewie covering Taylor Swift, Chaeyoung to Justin Bieber, and Nayeon to Ariana Grande. They also have performance.
Nah, y'all, we're doing a cover from every member and stuff. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know, bro. Just let me know what y'all
similar
want.
to Melody Project,
Just let me
which is
know.
mostly focused on the dance side of Twice. This is a
Okay.
more recent project for Twice, with Momo being the first to do so in February 2021, with Geo following suit in May of the same year. Whilst not being performance projects, there are two other videos I'd like to highlight. Momo was featured in the whole music video for Yuka DD's song Superhero, and Momo, Chaeyoung and Chewie did a dance cover to Ariana Grande's Bloodline. Twice have
Okay.
also made OSTs, or
Yup, they
original
have.
soundtracks, which
There's
are
a new
mostly
one y'all
used
want
in
me to check
K-dramas.
out.
Made OSTs, or original soundtracks, which are mostly used in K-dramas. As I stated before, Geo has made 3 of these solo, and they are I Fly, Stardust Love Song, and A Strange Day,
We're checking all 3 of those out 100%.
all being well received among the Korean public and the watchers of their respective K-dramas. Geo, Chewie, Nayeon and Chaeyoung sang an OST by the name of Daring Woman,
Ooh.
and Jonghyun also featured on an OST with her sister, Sungyeon, by the name of My Dream Class.
Wait, Jonghyun has a sister named Sungyeon who's also famous? What the world?
Twice as a group also have the OST I Love You More Than Anyone, a
Okay.
beautiful song for
We
the
gotta check that
K-drama
out.
Hospital playlist. This isn't a project, but is nice to know
We
in
definitely
terms of
gotta
how
check that
well
out,
Twice
too.
looks after their fans across numerous countries. Twice as a group have many versions of their songs in multiple languages. All of their
Yup.
title tracks have
They do, I've
the
noticed
Japanese version, excluding their most recent, Talk That Talk and Set Me Free. They have 4 English versions of their Korean title tracks,
Which
being
ones?
More and More,
More and
I
More?
Can't Stop Me, Cry For Me, and Set Me Free.
that. We gotta check those 4 out as well.
They also have a few Korean versions of their non-Korean songs, with The Feels, Breakthrough, and BDZ to name a few.
Ooh, we gotta check them 3. Those are all 3 bangers. BDZ and Breakthrough are Japanese releases, which were fire. The Fields was an English release, which was fire.
Continuing with Twice's projects,
What
what
we all
does the
got?
future
Vlogs?
hold?
Oh.
It was just confirmed that Geo, the leader, will be taking on her first solo album, dropping on August 18th with the title track Killing Me Good and album Zone. It will
That
be
was
Twice's
fire.
second ever solo debut,
That was
and there's
fire.
no better or a more
You killing me
ready person than
good.
Geo.
She
We have
deserves
very
it.
limited information so far, so please keep updated. It is also predicted for Twice to have their next group comeback around October or November of 2023, so stay tuned for that. Finally,
See, this was 2 years ago, bro. They've had so many
Twice is a group
comebacks.
that has never failed to grow as an artist in the last 7 years,
Facts.
and clearly show no sign of stopping anytime soon.
Facts.
With their newfound focus and success in the Western market, and the consistent backing of Asia, I will not be surprised when they continue to reach new heights with every
They
comeback.
will, though.
And for the new ones out there, I hope you will be the one to witness their success and follow them on their journey from here on out.
Duh,
Because
fool.
Twice are no longer just K-pop idols. They're global artists,
They are.
legends.
They are, though. Ooh, this was fire. This was fire, y'all. Hold up. Can we let it play out? Let's let it play out.
Thank you guys so much for
Well, I'm not gonna watch this part. Thank you for making that video, okay? That was a good video. Thank you for that. Nah, this was a banger though. Oh my gosh, shout out to them, bro. We learned a lot of good information. I'm just gonna go. I'll go over some of my favorite information that I learned. Obviously, about the two members who didn't make the group, Chewy and Momo. I'm honestly super surprised about Momo because she went from getting voted out to being recognized as the one of, if not the best female dancer in K-pop. Again, like how I said the thing earlier, like she's at worst the second best female dancer, and a lot of people say she's the best. You feel me? And they'll put like Lisa second. So yeah, shout out to her. That was amazing. Like I said, the awards was crazy. They've been going crazy with the awards for real. They won a lot. Girl Group of the Year, 18 of the song things. I don't even remember what that was called. I don't remember exactly. But y'all know I know what I'm talking about. And then what else did they have that was like super, super interesting to me? Honestly, so not something that's super interesting, but something I was looking forward to that I didn't really get to see a lot was the struggles. Because when I remember doing the BTS guide, I remember doing the TXT guide, and I remember seeing in both of those guides a lot of like the hardships that they went through, the struggles they had to face. And obviously Twice, they've been around for 10 years, bruh. They definitely faced a lot of struggle, especially earlier on in their careers. And he only really talked about the one part that was a struggle. I mean, he talked about the two members taking the time off and stuff for their mental health and for the neck injury and stuff. But when he talked about their first their first release, their first ever song didn't do as good, and then they dropped Cheer Up, which went crazy. Like that was really the only bit of hardship that we seen. And he didn't really go into much detail about that. He just said how the debut underperformed, it didn't do good, which I would have loved to see more about like how they felt about it, how JYP felt about it. And then also with the Jiho's speech, where he was I honestly, when he said that he wanted us to hear the speech and he left it in there, if I'm being honest with y'all, I expected something deeper. Like I was low-key expecting something deeper than her just saying, don't worry, like, even though we worked hard this year, it's fine. We're not tripping. We're going to come back next year even stronger and better. Like, it was a good message. Don't get me wrong, y'all. It was a great speech, all that. But I was expecting more, if I'm being honest with y'all. I low-key thought they were going to give us more. But anyway, that's the end of this one, y'all. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. We are on the way to 50K. Don't play. Come join the gang or stay out of the way. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.